Have you ever felt like there is an invisible glass wall between you and your dreams? You can see the life you want, the abundance, the love, the health. It's right there, almost within reach. You've done the work. You've said the affirmations. You've tried to be positive. And yet, it feels like something, some unseen force, is holding your harvest back. You find yourself asking, when is it my turn? Why does it happen for others but not for me? Florence Scovel Shinn, the legendary mystic and teacher of the spoken word, knew exactly what that wall was made of. She understood that delay is never a denial from the universe, but a signal from within. Today we are going to dissolve that wall. We are going to speak the word that shatters the spell of delay and releases the floodgates of your good. This isn't just another lesson. It is an exorcism of lack. It is the moment you stop waiting for the world to change and you start commanding it to move. If you are tired of standing on the outside looking in, subscribe to the spoken word. Join this circle of mastery. Click that notification bell because today we are moving mountains. Leave a comment right now saying, "My walls are falling down," and let the vibration of that truth begin to work in your life immediately. The illusion of the wall. We often look at our bank accounts, our lonely rooms, or our stagnant careers and believe we are facing a wall of solid reality. But in the world of the spirit, there is no such thing as solid matter. The wall you feel is a density created by old conversations, repeated complaints, and the collective fears you've accepted as your own. It is a ghost wall. The moment you stop believing in its power, it begins to lose its molecules. It cannot resist the light of a mind that has decided to see past it. The law of the shout, in the ancient story, the walls of Jericho didn't fall because of a physical battering ram. They fell because of a collective shout of victory before the walls moved. Your shout is your spiritual frequency. When you give thanks for the solution while the problem is still staring you in the face, you create a vibrational earthquake. You aren't shouting to make the wall fall. The wall falls because your shout proves that, in your mind, the wall is already gone. The waiting trap. Waiting is the most dangerous state of mind in manifestation. When you say, "I am waiting for my money," or "I am waiting for my soulmate," you are announcing to the universe that these things are missing. The subconscious mind is a literal servant. It hears waiting and creates more waiting. To break the wall, you must move from waiting to possessing. You must walk, talk, and breathe as if the thing you desire has already moved into your house. The hidden resentment. You may wonder what a grudge from 10 years ago has to do with your current financial delay. The answer is everything. Resentment is a massive clog in your spiritual plumbing. It is impossible to be in a state of receiving while you are in a state of condemning. Florence taught that even a small, secret dislike of someone's success acts as a dam against your own flow. To dissolve the wall, you must bless everyone who has what you want. Their success is proof that the law is working near you. The curse of hard times. Every time you participate in a conversation about the tough economy or how expensive life has become, you are cementing your wall. You are casting a spell of lack upon yourself. You are a citizen of a kingdom where the supply is infinite. To win the game, you must be a vibrational rebel. When the world says scarcity, you must say abundance. Your words are the laws of your private universe. Stop legislating poverty. The spirit of indifference. Desperation is a wall of fire. It pushes your good away because desperation is the ultimate confession of lack. The secret of the masters is a divine indifference. It's the ability to say, "I see my desire, I love it, but I don't need it to be happy because the infinite is my joy. When the universe sees that you cannot be bribed by external things, those things rush toward you. Let go of the need, and the have will appear. The power of the pivot. If you have been staring at a closed door until your eyes hurt, pivot. Turn your back on the problem. Go do something that makes you feel alive. Spend time in nature, listen to music, or help someone else. When you move your attention, you release the grip you had on the problem. Often, the wall dissolves the very second you stop looking at it, because your observation was the only thing keeping it solid. The counterword. You must become a master of the spiritual counterattack. Every time a thought of delay says, "It's taking too long," you must immediately strike back with, "The divine is never late. My good is moving toward me at lightning speed." Do not let a negative thought have the last word in your mind. The last word is the command that the subconscious executes. The fog of confusion. Confusion is just the ego trying to calculate the how. It builds a wall of fog that hides your next step. The remedy is the decree of order. Say, "Infinite Spirit, I am poised and powerful. I hear your voice clearly. Show me my next move." Then stop thinking. The clarity will come as a quiet hunch or a sudden knowing, while you are doing something else. Order is the first law of heaven. The "I've done everything" fallacy, many people say. I've tried everything and failed. This is the wall of human pride. You have tried everything within your limited logic. But have you tried standing still and letting the infinite take over? Have you tried casting the burden? True power begins where human effort ends. Stop trying to make it happen and start letting it happen. Watching for the small signs. Breakthroughs rarely happen in one giant explosion. Usually, the wall starts to crumble in small, subtle ways. You might find a penny on the street, get a random compliment, or see a bird you love. These aren't coincidences. They are the universe testing your recognition. If you praise the small sign, you invite the big miracle. If you ignore the small, you reinforce the wall. The law of preparation. If you are asking for a new home but your current one is a mess of clutter and someday boxes, you aren't prepared. The universe doesn't give you the next until you have mastered the now. Treat your current situation with the respect you would give your dream. Act as if the guest of honor, your manifestation, is arriving in 10 minutes. Preparation is the physical proof of your faith. The miracle of non-resistance. Fighting a delay is like fighting a shadow. You only exhaust yourself. When you say, "I hate this waiting period," you give the delay more life. Instead, bless the delay. Say, "This period is preparing me for a glory I cannot yet conceive." When you stop resisting, the energy of the delay is transmuted into the energy of progress. The wall only stands as long as you have something to push against. The thief in the mind. Doubt is a spiritual thief. It waits until you are almost at the finish line and then whispers, "It's probably not going to happen this time." If you listen, you walk away just as the door was about to open. You must be an armed guard at the door of your mind. If a thought doesn't bring peace or power, it is a thief. Do not let it sit at your table. The never and always trap. Words like always and never are the cement of the invisible wall. I always get the wrong partner. It never works for me. These are not observations. They are prophecies. You are commanding the universe to repeat the past forever. Strike these words from your heart. Every day is a never-before day. Every moment is a new chance for a miracle. The frequency of grace. The wall is often built by the belief that you must suffer to be worthy of good. This is a lie. Manifestation is not a reward for pain. It is a result of alignment. Grace is the unearned favor of the infinite. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be open. Accept that the universe wants to give to you simply because you exist. The wall of worthiness falls when you accept grace. The divine hurry. We think the universe is slow, but spirit is an immediate constant. The moment you speak a word of pure faith, the manifestation is finished in the invisible. The only delay is the time it takes for you to believe it. The universe is in a divine hurry to bless you, but it cannot move through a closed door of doubt. Open the door, and the speed of God will take your breath away. Casting the burden of when. The most heavy brick in the wall is the word when. It creates tension, and tension blocks the flow. When you cast the burden, you say, Infinite Spirit, you handle the timing, I will handle the joy. The moment you truly don't care when it happens because you know it is happening, the wall evaporates. Anxiety is the lock. Trust is the key. The importance of poise. A master is never seen running after a bus. Poise is the outward sign of inward certainty. When you have poise, you tell the world that you are the authority over your circumstances. Even if the wall looks a mile high, stay poised. Your calm is the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. It signals to the subconscious that the victory is already a settled fact. The release of the how. Your human brain is a wonderful tool for execution, but a terrible tool for creation. When you try to figure out how the money will come or how the person will find you, you are building a wall of limitation. You are telling the infinite that it can only use the paths you can see. Release the how. The infinite has millions of ways to reach you that your mind hasn't even dreamed of. The chemical change of joy, laughter and joy are not just emotions. They are spiritual solvents. They literally dissolve the density of a problem. When you find something to laugh about in the midst of a challenge, you change your body's chemistry and your soul's vibration. A joyful heart is a wall-less heart. The universe can move through a person who is laughing much faster than one who is mourning. The spirit of appreciation. Appreciation is the law of increase. When you appreciate the $10 in your pocket, you open the gate for $10,000. But if you grumble about the $10, you build a wall against the $10,000. Appreciation makes you magnetic, turns you into a person that the universe wants to give to. Look for things to appreciate until your eyes tear up with the beauty of it. The wall of ancestral beliefs. You may be carrying a wall that isn't even yours. You may be living out the poverty consciousness of your grandparents or the fear of men from your mother. You are a new creation. You have the right to declare, I break every ancestral spell of lack. I am a child of the King, and I am heir to the infinite supply. Your lineage does not define your limit. The word of command, stop asking the wall to move and start commanding it. You have been given the word of authority. Speak to your mountain. Say, be thou removed and cast into the sea. There is a power in your voice that atoms must obey. When you speak with the conviction of the Christ within, the invisible wall has no choice but to shatter. The power of secret prayer. One of the fastest ways to build a wall is to talk about your dreams to small-minded people. Their doubt acts like a cold wind on your seeds. Keep your breakthrough in this secret place. Feed it with your own silence and faith. When the manifestation is so solid that no one can deny it, then you can speak of it. Protect your energy. The vacuum of faith. If you want a new life, you must act as if the old one is already gone. Clear out the clutter of the past. If you are waiting for a new lover, make room in your closet. If you are waiting for wealth, get a new wallet. These physical actions create a spiritual vacuum that the universe is legally bound to fill. Faith is not a feeling, it is a movement. The harmony of desires. A double-minded person is their own wall. If one part of you wants success but another part is afraid of the responsibility, you are neutralized. You must bring your heart and mind into a divine wedding. Affirm, my heart and mind are one in the desire for my good. When your internal house is no longer divided, the external walls must fall. The hunch as a sledgehammer. Intuition is the architect giving you the winning move. A hunch might seem illogical, like going to a park on a Tuesday morning, but that is exactly where the random meeting is supposed to happen. When you follow a hunch, you are bypassing the wall. You are taking a spiritual shortcut. Never analyze a hunch. Just obey it. The peace of the finished work. The wall cannot exist in the presence of relief. Relief is the feeling you have after the problem is solved. If you can cultivate that feeling of, phew, I'm so glad that's over right now, you have finished the work. The physical world is just a slow-moving shadow. If the work is finished in your mind, the shadow must eventually catch up. Breaking the spell of fear. Fear is a holographic wall. It looks solid, it looks terrifying, but it has no substance. The only way to break the spell of fear is to walk right through it. Do the thing you are afraid of. Speak the word you are scared to say. The moment you move toward the fear, it vanishes, revealing that there was never a wall there to begin with. The law of forgiveness, the master key. If the wall refuses to move, check for someone you haven't forgiven. Unforgiveness is like a massive bolt on the door of your good. You don't forgive to help them. You forgive to unbolt your own door. Release everyone. Release yourself. A heart without a grudge is a heart without a wall. Love is the ultimate wall dissolver. The infinite supply. The wall often grows out of the belief that there isn't enough to go around. This is a planetary hallucination. You live in a universe of exploding stars and infinite galaxies. There is no shortage of money, love, or ideas. When you realize that your supply is the infinite itself, you stop looking at other people as competition. You become a tap into the infinite ocean. The word of life. Most people speak death over their situations. They say, my business is dying, or my relationship is dead. You have the power of resurrection in your tongue. Speak life. I call for the resurrection of my finances. I call for the resurrection of my joy. Your words are like water to a parched plant. Watch the dead areas of your life begin to green and bloom. The importance of environment. Your subconscious is always listening to your surroundings. If you live in a wall of mess, you think wall of mess. Buy one flower. Clean one corner. Put on your favorite music. Create a zone of abundance in your immediate environment. This signals to your soul that the wall is down and the king is in the palace. The mastery of silence. There is a silence of power that breaks barriers more effectively than 1,000 screams. When someone attacks you or a situation looks bleak, stay silent. In that silence, you are standing still and letting the infinite work. Silence is a sign of supreme confidence. It tells the universe, I don't need to defend myself. The law is my defense. The divine direction. If you are at a crossroads and the wall is blocking every path, ask for a divine sign. Be specific. Say, Infinite Spirit, give me a sign I cannot miss. Then keep your eyes open. The universe loves to be clear with those who ask with the faith of a child. The sign will be the compass that leads you around the wall. The release of comparison. Comparison is a wall you build for yourself. When you look at someone else's perfect life and feel behind, you are denying your own perfect timing. You are on a custom-made journey. Their chapter 10 has nothing to do with your chapter 2. Release the comparison and focus on your own design. Your wall will fall the moment you stop looking at theirs. The wealth of the soul. True wealth is a state of consciousness. If you feel rich in ideas, rich in health, and rich in spirit, the wall of poverty simply cannot find a place to attach itself to you. Cultivate a high wealth mindset. Think of the beauty of a sunset, the complexity of a leaf. When you feel rich within, the world has no choice but to pay you in kind. The immediate answer. The law of the spirit is instantaneous. The answer to your problem was created the same second the problem appeared. You aren't creating a solution. You are revealing it. The wall is just a veil. Behind the veil, the answer is already waiting. Speak the word. I now see the immediate answer to my situation. Expect the veil to thin and the answer to shine through. The unity with the law. Finally, understand that you and the law are one. You are not a small human trying to use a big God. You are an individual expression of that infinite power. The law doesn't have a will of its own. It has your will. When you speak, the law moves. You are the master of the game. Step into your power, speak your word, and watch the invisible wall crumble into the dust of nothingness. As we close this deep immersion, I want you to look again at that invisible wall. Look at it through the eyes of the Spirit. Can you see it? It is starting to fade. It is becoming transparent. It is losing its power over you. The spell of delay is broken because you have replaced it with the decree of truth. You are no longer waiting for the universe to give you a sign. You are the sign. Every word you have listened to today has been a hammer blow to the barriers of your life. Go out into the world today with a new walk. Walk like someone whose bank account is full, whose heart is loved, and whose body is healed. The world must conform to your new vibration. The harvest is not coming, it is here. The doors are not opening, they are wide. I am the spoken word, and I am here to witness your victory. Subscribe to keep this fire burning. Like this video to send this energy to others who are stuck. And finally, claim your breakthrough in the comments. The wall is down. My good now flows to me in a perfect, endless stream. I am free, and I am grateful. The game is won. Step into your field and gather your harvest. I'll see you in the next vibration.